The Kremlin bringing up the prospect of negotiations once again. Is there anything new about this one?
Well, yet we have heard the Kremlin saying that it is once again ready to hold peace talks with Ukraine. Again, there are issues that are of paramount importance for Russia, such as whether Ukraine is ready for those talks, and in particular if Ukrainian advisors or curators, as Moscow describes, the Western powers are ready to give their permission for Ukraine to start those talks. The big question for Moscow at this point is with whom to talk, because Moscow insists that the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, has lost his legitimacy following the expiration of his term earlier this year. But at the same time, we're also hearing that Moscow will find people in Ukraine if Ukraine is indeed ready.
No question or one more question?
That is the new development this time round is obviously the timing when this is happening, and it is happening following Orban's trip to Ukraine, then to Russia, and then to China. And now the Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba is in China, saying that in principle Ukraine is ready to start those negotiations. So certainly Moscow is indicating once again its readiness, but again it wants to make sure that its concerns, which Moscow calls legitimate, will be taken into account, and that is taking into account the situation on the battlefield. And an interesting thing to add here is that Dmitry Peskov, Kremlin spokesman, said that why Ukraine is making those statements this time rounds, that it is ready for talks. Perhaps, he said, that is because of the developments on the battlefield.
And Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is in Moscow. What's he been discussing?
That's right. The unannounced visit of the Syrian president to the Russian capital is the confirmation of the strong ties that Moscow holds with Assad and with the Syrian people. We also hearing that in those talks the heads of states have discussed in detail the situation in the Middle East, as well as the bilateral relations between Russia and Syria. Ukraine issue has not been discussed, and Bashar al-Assad has also stressed that the importance of this meeting taking place against the geopolitical context. So the meeting has taken place, and once again we're hearing the confirmation that these two countries do share many issues in common, and they do share similar approaches to the number of regional and international issues.
Dasha Chernyshova in Moscow, thank you. Israeli Prime Minister